So today is 10/7/2021. We gapped up on ES, right? This is what the gap was. And we continued gapping up. So all this while I have been saying that this is a short covering rally unless and until we are not closing above the Fed day low or the Fed day high, right? I'm looking at this range and we gapped above the Fed day high and we actually took out the Fed day high also. Yeah, that was the low and this is the high, Fed day high. And we are consolidating here. Now this is really bullish. According to me, if we close above 4402, 4404, which is this Fed day area, okay, then I'm looking for 4040 as the target. Okay, 30 day 61.8. That's where I think we'll get some resistance. So that's on ES. Then let's see what all positions. Okay, Tesla, I'm doing GM is one that I took today. GM, if we look at it, okay, this is a 150-day moving average. It is come right here. It's a nice, cup kind of a thing, a scoop pattern here. I'm definitely looking at it slowly getting there. So I have taken November position here in GM. Then Snap is another one that I took today. I already had from here, if you remember, that I had taken $85 December call and I had sold $85 calls in October against it. I had multiple contracts. When it came here, I left only one as a runner for myself, and it went through all this, and now that itself is also profitable now. I took another day trade for Snap once it gapped up over here, and I trailed myself for some profit. So Snap day trade worked. Okay, AMD is one that I'm looking for next week. Okay, this has come here and it is right over here. If it closes anywhere here, I'm planning to buy something for next week in AMD. CRM, I took yesterday a call spread. It is here at this gap and it is next week's call spread, 277.50, 282.50, and I'm already in the money, and if it slowly goes there, I'm fine with it. Apps, I had a call spread. I had 66.70 call spread and it has gone to 80 almost. So this was a call spread, was a kill in terms of the strategy for this kind of a move. It should be, the reason why I took a call spread was it was okay. I took it at this breakout and I'm thinking, okay, there is over this, the 150-day moving average is there, and it may come back to test the downtrend line. So I did not see it going this fast, this far out. That is the reason I had done a 66.70, but it was almost 80 cents and I was able to close it for 360 today. So it was for next week. So this is another one that worked for me. It was a finance call spread. Now what is the meaning of finance call spread? You're selling a put, okay, whatever money you get, and you're using that to buy a call on the top. Okay, so this was when it came over here at this day 9/9, okay, and it popped here, then it came here, that's 9:20. So somewhere around here when it came and bounced, okay, on this 9:20, I took a finance call spread. I sold 440 put to buy a 650 call spread. Okay, and then the day it, a couple of days ago when it fell below this 500, I bought a 700 call. All this for December. And the reason why, it has gone from 1350 to 500, and so this is 15-month. Okay, it bounced right on 15-month. It came to that 496 and started bouncing. So it's a nice pattern here. Now it can continue, but today itself, I had bought the 700 call a couple of days ago for $5, and today I was able to sell it for a double at $10. I still have my 440 puts that I have sold, and I still have the 650 call spread. So I'm looking for it to go higher, and if it continues higher, if it can close above this 590 area, then I don't see how it does not go to the 700 area. And then maybe try and fill the gap to this 813. So the reason why I had comments, I have calls, I had call spreads, and I have sold a put. So I mean, with this kind of move in 2 days, I had to get rid of some things. So I got rid of my call. I still have the call spread. I still have the puts, sold puts, and I still have my comments. So this SAM is working fine. FedEx is also a call, finance call spread. I've sold the 210 to buy the 240. I'm looking at this kind of a gap fill slowly in time, and it's a November 1 that I have. So that FedEx and Samuel Adams, and then I'm looking at Visa over here. Another one that I'm looking. This is going to be an inverse head and shoulders, but it needs to close above this 232 area, 231, 232 area for me to look for a higher move there. Then what else? Zillow. Yesterday I had said in my Twitter feed that Zillow probably has bottomed, and today it is gapping up and going. There are a lot of moving averages as well. It has as resistance, but it has now, okay, so it undercut this, and now it's going back up. This is a nice, I mean, this was the 61.8 was the fib level. It kept testing it, bouncing, testing it. So the number of times it tested this, it had to break lower, which it did, and now it is coming back up. So now I'm looking at it, it can easily come to this 110 area. So I am eyeing the 110 calls again. I had done actually over here, I had done the 110 calls and made some money here. And I had, once it was over here at around 95, 98, it came. I had already sold that for profit, and I'm looking for it again. So Zillow is what I'm looking at. Another one was T-Doc. T-Doc also yesterday. It has the same pattern as Zillow, okay, and gapped up and continuing. But it needs to. This is a 78.6 retracement. It needs above 140. You know, it has so much resistance that it needs above 140 for some kind of a sustained move to probably 170 or try to fill this gap at around 185. So this is a little bit, but it has probably bottomed. It doesn't have any IV for me to sell anything against it, but Zillow is a better trade in terms of in terms of what it can do. This is a better setup for me in terms of that. Snap I talked about, AMD I talked about, Zillow I talked about, Samuel Adams I talked about, Visa I talked about, Disney. Okay, Disney, it's stuck. I have leaps on it. It's stuck, but let's see. It has to. I mean, the reason why I have held through all this up and down move is because Netflix seems to keep going. Okay, and that is what I was thinking. Okay, Netflix right at my fib target. Okay, and it is giving a reversal side. But what I was thinking is, while Netflix keeps running for its pre-earning run, Disney and Roku can go, and Disney has been stuck, but Roku has started to seem to go. Yesterday I had day trade, which I got trailed out pretty quickly, and then but I have calls for November, and that I'm holding on to because it is nicely. Roku and Disney are my plays from Netflix. That's how I am playing it. Now, yeah, those are the main ones. Another one that I'm seeing bottoming out probably is Coupang. Again, the same pattern, okay? 2-3 days of up move, and now. But all these like T-Doc, Zillow, Coupang, let's see how much of it they can continue next week. And that's the reason I'm not adding anything right now. Zillow is the only one that I feel that it has a better pattern for me to buy something there. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Zillow before any of these, before Coupang or any of this T-Doc. In terms of the trading, what else? I have Expedia. that I still have it on the weekly. It looks really good, right? It is just it came back. It's an inside day here, inside week. So there is so much of supply here that it will take some time for it to go. And I have a November call, so I'm fine with it. And it is going to hold its premium because there are earnings in between. So this is what I'm looking at. So these are the main things that I'm looking at. Tesla, as usual, I'm trying to day trade it. Never works. So, but yeah, I mean, I had a lot of GM worked for me, Snap worked for me, Roku has worked for me, Samuel Adams has worked for me. So quite a bit of things have worked for me, and so I have, you know, a call for tomorrow in Tesla. Let's see what it does. I have an 801. It doesn't seem to have any power. Amazon is finally looking like it wants to go. So if you look at it, it is the same kind of pattern that Coupang had, Zillow had, TDoc had. They were at some of their fib level supports. Gave an inside day, bullish day, gap up and go. Let's see, but it has to get above this, 3360, 3370 area where it actually breaks this downtrend kind of line. I may just adjust this to this, and still, even if I did that, there is so much of resistance here. Let's see what it does, but it can easily have a run, before its earnings. But I may be long so many names. AMD I haven't taken. I'm looking at it for next week. But I have hedges. Yesterday I put on another hedge. I already have a QQQ hedge on as a butterfly. Now I have another SPY hedge I added yesterday, and that is it's a butterfly 425, 414, 403. Okay, so it's $11. Yeah, it's $11 put butterfly for 90 cents. So the reason why, this is where I have support over 414, 413 is where I'm looking at it. If we try to fall back, this is where we can come. Okay, if we have some kind of crash, sell off, whatever you want to call. So over here for 90 cents, and if by October 28th, if we close anywhere below 424.10, I will make money. And if it gets to this 414 area where I think it can get to, okay, 414 to 415 area, I have a chance of making $10. It's a cheap hedge, and that is what makes me comfortable putting on a cheap hedge, which will let me be long very easily, not fear of taking too many longs, which is what I'm still thinking of. That is the reason I haven't taken Zillow and I haven't taken AMD, because I have too many longs now. Okay, so tomorrow is jobs number. It's supposed to be fine, and I am looking at it as if we continue and finish everything. Okay, so if we come close to 44, we are already at 44.13. If we come to 44.40 tomorrow itself, next week earnings starts, then what? Where will it go? Either we don't go anywhere and we sell off for the earnings, or we go and touch 44.90. I don't know. So that's what I'm thinking, I don't know what we do. So let's get through tomorrow's jobs number, and if we hold and continue next week, 44.40 is definitely in the cards. Let's see what Netflix earnings and that gets going. But I have a hedge. That's what I'm looking at. I don't mind having a couple of hedges so that I can play all these long. Okay, see you then.